I'm always interested to ask about the value of peer support. Basically, have you come across other people with whom that shared experience of cancer was valuable in one way or another between you?
While I was going through treatment, I was in hospital, so I was actually quite isolated. So it wasn't easy for me to actually meet anybody or meet many people who were going through treatment. And I think when I finished treatment, I started doing some volunteer work. And one of the volunteer activities that I took up was kind of buddying. So sharing my experience of diagnosis, treatment, both the kind of physical and emotional aspects of it. So nothing to do with the medical side of it, but more about, I've walked in your shoes.
Yes. And in fact, you were involved in a specific project, weren't you, where that was trialled. Just what was your subjective, gut feeling about what capability there is for that to be, used nationwide or, wherever? How much potential is there?
I think there's a lot of potential for peer-to-peer support, because I think, when you're going through cancer, your medical team can tell you what is going to happen or what could happen, from a medical point of view, from a scientific point of view, and they can tell you some of the physical, some of the kind of physical side effects, but nothing compares with, talking to somebody else. I remember when my hair fell out, and I remember going onto an online forum when my hair started growing back, saying to somebody, and just saying, okay, well, my hair's coming back. It's always been straight, and it's coming back like a Brillo pad. It's coming back really coarse and really curly. Is this what my hair is always going to be like? I'm not particularly bothered, but I'd just like to know. And some people came back and said, yeah, that happened to me, and now it's straight. And then one chap said, I wish my hair had come back curly. Said mine's just, lank and it doesn't do anything. So that was, that it was quite good to share that, and to find out other people had had a similar experience. And that's the reason why I wanted to offer myself as a kind of buddy, because I thought I've had all these different things have happened, and to know that somebody else has had the same thing. I remember that, the first time I sat in a room and we were talking about side effects of chemo, and the chap next to me said, oh yeah, all my nose hair fell out. And he was the first person that I'd met who'd had that same experience. And it was just, I wanted to hug him. I said, oh, I've never met anybody else who had that. And I said, it felt like my nose was running for months. And he said, oh yeah, I had the same thing. And that was great to know that somebody else had had that kind of reaction to treatment.
So do you think this should be more organised, like we should be providing peer support across all hospitals or after discharge? Is it something that we should be trying to develop more?
I think so, because I think there are lots of different ways that people who have been through treatment can offer help and support and advice. They're never going to replace a medical team, but in terms of saying to somebody, if you're, in terms of saying, if your mouth is, if you've got a mouth full of ulcers, for example, try sucking pineapple. Try sucking pineapple cubes. Or just kind of very simple practical things.
And on the technical side, do you think is face-to-face the gold standard, or can it be telephone? Can it be Skype and these modern options?
I think it can be any way at all. I mean, I think the difficulty is trying to arrange a time to get two people in a room together to talk to each other. I struggle to meet up with some of my friends. So, it's difficult. I was involved in a budding project which worked on Skype. It ran on the Skype platform, and that was good because it meant that you arranged a time that suited yourself and the person who you were buddied with, and it meant that you didn't have to be physically, geographically in the same place. So you could talk to somebody who was in Wales or Scotland or wherever. It was just, they had something they wanted to talk to you about, and you had some knowledge or experience that you could share.
Yeah.
So I think peer-to-peer support can be really, really useful.